Is your dog secretly happy and healthy? Here's something you might not have considered. Your dog's emotional and physical well-being might not always be as obvious as you think. We often assume that if a dog is wagging their tail or playing fetch, they're doing just fine. But dogs are masters at hiding discomfort or distress, and sometimes, their happiness and health are a little more complex than meets the eye. So, how do you know if your dog is truly happy, healthy, and thriving? Let's start with the basics. A happy and healthy dog should show signs of energy, engagement, and overall joy in their life. This starts with their physical health. Does your dog have a shiny coat, bright eyes, and a wagging tail? These are good indicators that they're in tip-top shape. If your dog is constantly playful, full of energy, and excited for their daily walks or playtime, that's a great sign that their physical health is in check. However, don't assume everything is fine just because your dog is playing. Look beyond the obvious signs. Sometimes dogs can be silently suffering or hiding pain. Have you noticed any limping, discomfort when climbing stairs, or changes in their movement? These could be subtle indicators that they might be dealing with joint pain or other health concerns. Let's not forget about their appetite, one of the first things that will change if something is wrong. A dog that is eating well and eagerly devouring their food is typically a healthy one. But if your dog suddenly loses interest in their meals or refuses to eat altogether, it's time to pay closer attention. A change in appetite could be a sign of stress, illness, or even a dental issue. If your dog is eating less than usual, acting picky, or showing no interest in food at all, it's a red flag that something might be off. And remember, dogs are not just creatures of routine. They also thrive when their environment is stimulating and fulfilling. Now, let's dive into mental and emotional health. Just like humans, dogs can experience stress, anxiety, and depression. And yet, their way of showing it can be very different from ours. While some dogs might become withdrawn or depressed, others might act out through destructive behavior. Chewing, digging, excessive barking, or sudden aggression are often signs that something deeper is bothering your dog. If your dog has been acting differently lately, perhaps they're pacing around the house, showing signs of fear, or becoming anxious over seemingly small things like being left alone. These could all be signs of emotional distress. In fact, one of the most critical aspects of your dog's well-being is their mental stimulation. Dogs are intelligent creatures that need both physical and mental challenges to stay engaged. If you're not providing your dog with regular mental stimulation, they could become bored, anxious, or even depressed. Puzzle toys, obedience training, or fun games like hide and seek can be fantastic ways to challenge their minds and keep them happy. Without enough stimulation, dogs can become restless, and this might result in behavioral issues like chewing or barking. Let's also talk about their sleep patterns. A healthy dog needs a significant amount of sleep to recharge and stay energized. But if your dog is suddenly having trouble sleeping, restlessly moving around, or becoming excessively tired, this could be a sign of something more serious. Pain or illness can disrupt a dog's normal sleep cycle, and dogs often try to mask these issues. If you notice your dog sleeping more than usual or having trouble settling down, it's time to take a closer look at what might be affecting them. One of the most telling signs of your dog's happiness is how they interact with you. A dog that feels secure and loved will seek attention, give affection, and enjoy being close to their family. If your dog is actively engaging with you, responding to commands, and showing excitement when you come home, these are all signs that they're emotionally content. However, if your dog has been avoiding you, not responding to commands, or acting distant, it could indicate something is wrong. Stress, anxiety, and discomfort can cause a dog to withdraw, and it's important to be sensitive to these changes. Finally, regular vet checkups are essential to ensuring your dog's physical health remains on track. Many health problems, such as heart disease, joint issues, or infections, can be hidden from sight, and only a vet will be able to spot these issues before they become serious. Don't wait for your dog to show signs of illness. Routine checkups can catch problems early and help keep your dog feeling great. Pay attention to things like their breathing, energy levels, and how they react to touch. If your dog is suddenly sensitive to being touched or acting in pain, it's time to schedule that vet visit. It's not always easy to know exactly what your dog needs, but paying attention to the subtle changes in their behavior, appetite, and energy can tell you a lot about their emotional and physical state. Are they still excited to go for walks? Are they happy to interact with you, or have they become withdrawn? How is their eating and sleeping? These small indicators can help you catch potential issues before they become bigger problems. Remember, a happy dog is not just one that plays all the time, it's one that feels safe, secure, and healthy in every aspect of their life. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own dog and really think about their behavior. Have you noticed any subtle or not so subtle changes recently? Sometimes, we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, but it's essential to check in with our dogs, our best friends who rely on us for their well-being. Is your dog more lethargic than usual, or have they become unusually restless or agitated? Do they seem to avoid you more often, or are they showing signs of distress, like excessive barking, chewing, or pacing? Have their eating habits changed, or are they showing signs of discomfort when they move or lie down? These might be subtle signs that something's not quite right, and they can often go unnoticed until they become more severe. If your dog has been acting a bit off lately, it could be something simple like stress or boredom, or it could be a sign of an underlying health issue. Maybe they're not as eager to play with their favorite toys, or perhaps their usual excitement during walks has dwindled. These little changes, while easy to overlook, can often signal something deeper. Perhaps it's anxiety from a change in their routine, or maybe they're experiencing pain from an injury that hasn't been addressed. Whatever it is, it's important to take those observations seriously, even if they seem small at first. Take a step back and observe how your dog responds to you and to their environment. Are they still excited to see you when you come home, wagging their tail and jumping for joy, or have they become more distant? Do they eagerly jump up and sit by the door when it's time for a walk, or do they seem hesitant, dragging their feet or avoiding the door altogether? Dogs are incredibly intuitive and emotional creatures, and changes in their behavior often reflect how they're feeling, both physically and emotionally. A dog that's still happy, content, and healthy will have a sparkle in their eyes, a bounce in their step, and a wagging tail that greets you at the door. But if those signs start to fade, it's time to tune in and listen closely to what your dog might be trying to tell you. Also, think about how your dog behaves around strangers or in new situations. Do they seem more fearful or anxious than usual? Are they reacting to noises or unfamiliar people in a way that's out of character for them? For example, some dogs are naturally timid, but if your dog suddenly starts acting fearful or aggressive when meeting new people or seeing new things, it could be an indication that they're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to changes in their environment, and their emotional states can change rapidly based on the circumstances they find themselves in. If something's affecting your dog emotionally, whether it's a change in your routine, a move, a new pet, or even something as simple as a new piece of furniture in the house, these can all contribute to changes in behavior. If you're unsure about what's going on with your dog, don't hesitate to reach out to a veterinarian or a professional trainer. Sometimes, it's hard to know if what you're seeing is a sign of a deeper problem or just a passing phase, and getting expert advice can offer peace of mind. Your vet can check for physical health issues that may be causing discomfort or pain, and a trainer can help address behavioral changes caused by stress, anxiety, or a lack of proper stimulation. Remember, your dog can't always tell you in words what's bothering them, but they show you through their behavior, and it's up to you to interpret those signs. The goal is to make sure your dog is not just surviving, but truly thriving. A happy, healthy dog isn't just one that is free from illness. It's one that feels safe, secure, and loved. By staying attuned to their behavior and making sure they have everything they need to feel content, you're giving them the best chance to live a long, fulfilling life by your side. This means providing them with regular vet visits, proper nutrition, plenty of exercise, and mental stimulation. It also means being aware of their emotional needs, offering them comfort and reassurance when they're anxious, and creating an environment where they feel safe and loved. So, next time you notice a slight change in your dog's behavior, don't brush it off. Take the time to observe, ask yourself if something might be different, and consider reaching out to a professional if needed. Remember, your dog's well-being relies on you, and they trust you to keep them safe and healthy. By paying attention to the signs they're giving you, whether physical, emotional, or behavioral, you'll ensure they're living their best life possible. Your dog depends on you, and when you make the effort to understand them, you'll be rewarded with a loyal, happy companion for many years to come. Now, take a moment to reflect on your dog. How do they seem lately? Do they seem healthy and happy, or have you noticed anything that's changed? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you have any concerns or questions, feel free to ask, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips on keeping your dog healthy, happy, and thriving. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.